Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into my first ever LEGO Avatar set review. Today we are looking at set number 75574. This is the Toruk Makto and Tree of Souls set, retailing for $149.99 USD and $199.99 Canadian. This is actually available right now for pre-order already and will be available officially beginning on October the 1st. Now, this was sent to me early by Lego/Land to do a review for. Sort of on the fence about accepting these Avatar offers, but I gotta say, when I was building this set, I absolutely fell in love with it. It is absolutely gorgeous. The tree and the environment builds. Honestly, I accepted these sets just for the Pandora Builds, but I recently rewatched the movie, and I definitely see the appeal for even the creatures, which was what I wasn't too interested in. So let's go ahead and let's jump into things. So I really love this build. Like, honestly, this is one of my favorite things that I've built this year for LEGO from 2022. It is a little bit repetitive, I will say. Like, every single bit here on top, you do actually do the same pattern and everything. It doesn't change. But, like, the end result of this is just, like, it's gorgeous. It absolutely is just... It's breathtaking. It really is incredible. Now, if you didn't know, there are some glow-in-the-dark elements in this set. And I thought when I was building this, I was like, oh my goodness, imagine this thing when it turns off the lights. I didn't realize this was like the sort of medical light blue. The only glow-in-the-dark bits are the handles, which I will show you right now. So that's all you can see. I know that you can barely see anything right now, which, don't worry, there is some more glow-in-the-dark stuff that does light up with the set, and I'm going to zoom in just to show you. Not sure how much this is actually picking up, but it does reflect a little bit on the ground. So yeah, those little monkey kid hilt pieces, that's the only part of the tree that glows in the dark. Like, just taking a closer look here at all these pieces, these are like antenna pieces, but in transparent pink here, and you could sort of rotate them a little bit. I love just even the whips in this lavender color. It's incredible. Even like, look, if you move it, like the whole thing kind of moves like in the wind. I think that's really awesome. If I tilt this down a bit, you can actually see like the actual trunk of this is incredible. The shaping of this and how intricate it actually is with the different colors, and even how you've got like these vines growing through it. But the shape of this is just really incredible, and having the 4 branches, how they all sprout out there, I think looks really cool. Now, while it doesn't glow in the dark, the rest of the colors here I think looks really great. There's actually a little bit of a play feature here, and you could do it here or you could do it over here. This seems to be a little bit more accessible, just given... By the way, whole thing's on an angle. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, look at where this is pointing. It's completely on this great angle. So you sort of need, like, to get the other set to get human Jake, but you can actually open this up here and lift this, and you can take him here, and you can see there's even a spot for the tail. They were aware of that, which I think is really cool. And then you just lower like the branches here down onto him to sort of grab him and hold him there. It's simple, but I like that they included that. And then you could take the human form there and put it the other way. I guess the head should be facing, but still very awesome. I love that they did include that here. But again, looking at the base of this tree, it's just so cool, and just all of the vines that you've got growing here. And you even got, I think you should actually be able to connect this. You can't, which I think is a bit of a disappointment, that you can't connect the tree with any of the Pandora builds because of the height difference. But nonetheless, again, not really sure why that's there, those handles. Let me know if you could think of something. This is, like, incredible. I could talk about this all day long. Like, just the detail here is so cool with the vines, the flowers, this huge build with, it reminds me almost of Lego Movie 2 stuff, but I like this part here as well with the dark red, all the different colored leaves and flowers they've got going on here. I think this is meant to be like one of the seeds that you see like floating around. I think that's what that piece is being used for. That's like a crown piece, but it is glow in the dark, which I will show you in a second when we're done connecting and looking at these small bits here. So I'll show you connecting it in a second, but this is the other little small build. You've got all these different things you could sort of angle and bend. Got some more vines, and I love how you'll see this done a few times. They've actually got like those classic pieces there flipped upside down, but also they're on black. Not sure how I feel about that. The black is very noticeable in other builds, not necessarily these, but I think that it's there because, you know, glow in the dark and everything like that. And it is also floating in some cases, like floating islands. But anyways, let me just show you how you can connect this. You can connect it just like that. You can sort of angle it and put it different ways. And they've got the same, like, I guess, opening here, and then the peg there for you to attach to on each side, so that you can never mess it up that way, and you'll always have like the front facing forward. But yeah, this is what it looks like, these two builds actually connected. And here with the lights off, you can see how much of a glow that actually gave off there for a second. Looks great. Really love those pieces. Here is this really big build for Pandora. Almost, it could act as like an archway, maybe for them to like fly through. Don't really know, but there's a lot to go through here. And I'm just going to show you all the different parts that can glow in the dark here now, before we take a closer look at everything. So you can see there all the different sections that actually glow in the dark. Incredible. So just focusing down here again, you can see just some of the vines and the rock work, and I really love there the glowing pieces. I think that looks great, and just how the different flowers are on this angle. The center rock there with some more vines, another little seed, and you could even see there's one hanging upside down there, which I think is really great. And again, just like you could see there on the end, even though this is such a big build, the biggest one out of any set, you could still connect it to the other builds for Pandora, which of course will be a whole separate video actually building up Pandora. And in case you were curious, this is actually what the back looks like. Of course, it's a lot more lacking. You're not really supposed to see the back here, but there's no flowers or vines or anything like that growing here. So up here, you could see there's another little glow-in-the-dark bit there that's hanging upside down. Really cool, like the shape of this. Like, look at the angles here that you've got going on. I think that's really cool. These steps sort of leading up here to the top for them to like climb and train around, I think is really, really awesome. And if you didn't know, this was technically introduced first for the Super Mario theme, these big transparent pillars that helps to hold up these floating islands across the different sets, and it's going to be used, I think, like we're already seeing in Mario, and I think that's cool that it's adding like this structural support hidden in behind like all of these different things. Like it's pretty well hidden, I think, and it also allows you to attach these floating islands here to all the different Technic holes there. So I think that looks really cool, just how they've got the effect there with the vines almost going down, and then even just the whole shaping there of those rocks. Really, really great. It allows you to take the Toruk Makto and actually attach it and have it floating above this here, and that is just so cool. Of course, there are other animals and creatures that do connect to the environments, helicopters and vehicles across the different sets that you could also put there on that peg, and which we'll be doing a separate video showing you that. But this just, like, it is absolutely incredible there, the fact that they can have this like floating and flying in. Really great. Maybe it was because of all the Ninjago dragons and things like that that I review here on the channel and that we get year after year. It's very reminiscent to that, some of the builds and techniques here, but the color scheme and these wing pieces and everything like that are very great. I like I was saying, I wasn't really looking forward to building the creatures, but having built it, like, I think it's really cool. And they've really thought of a couple of different things here. So like the wings can be folded up there and actually have you sort of like have it like standing there with the wings down. I think looks great. Unfortunately, when you look at it from the other side, like the detail on the wings, not so great. So it doesn't really work from certain angles. But this is sort of the whole build. We'll take a closer look at it, all the different sections in a second. Let's start down here on the bottom with the feet. It's quite interesting to have them like angled like that, but yeah, I think that they look good. Just the shape of them and even the detail here, the pattern, I think is quite cool. I'm just looking at the wings here, the detail on this, like it's very butterfly-esque, I would say. The Lego Group logo on each of the pieces really is just obnoxious, I think. The yellow, I think that especially putting it on the black, like you could have put it on red, it maybe would have blended in a bit more. But very, very beautiful. And again, like you saw before, that sort of feature to flap the wings. On the top here, you could see even more. Like this is a giant sticker on this new piece there. I think looks awesome. Even the design on these pieces here And they've got all the way back there. You could see just this whole flap, I think, looks great, and how that goes all the way down. You've got like all the stickers there and there, but then of course, same here on the wings. It's just a reverse design, I believe. Just realizing here, there are actually a little bit of like the back feet with I guess that piece here that you can lower and raise. The head of this is incredible with these new pieces here. The teeth can actually be exposed here if it decides to cooperate with me there. Really great. You can see the black printing there, and just the detail here on both sides of the head, I think looks so cool with the eyes, and just all the printing there on the top of the head as well. The jaw can snap there, but you could sort of put it in the middle there as well. But very, very cool. Now, of course, here, all right, I want to make sure that I get this here. So what you do is you actually take Jake and you attach him like this, like he's riding it, and then you take one of these little bendy pieces here and you can actually attach it and connect it just like they do in the movie, so that you can bond the two of them together there. And actually all the animal creatures all include that little pieces there in different colors, so that you can connect the Navi to all of the creatures. I also just want to show you the underbelly of this, just because if you were curious what the build was, but you can technically, if you want, remove this piece so that you don't have that sticking out, that gray pin to actually attach it in the different places. That is an option. Very easy to remove, like you just saw. Here is the Direhorse, and like I said before, you can actually see that that piece for you to connect the different characters is in a different color here. So what you could do is you remove the center piece there, and you can take one of the characters and have them actually riding it, and you just gotta attach it like that, and you are good to go. I love the design for this, how they've got even, if you look here in the front, you've got the 4 feet there to attach to 4 studs, and then the back ones are scattered. But really, really detailed new piece here that they've introduced. Even like looking at the almost gills there where they breathe through, I think is so cool, the little divots. So let's stick here with Jake and start with him. First of all, with the Navi, they all use the woody legs and arms, and it's pretty crazy to see them back here after all these years. I think people have been wanting this for a while. It does open a lot of opportunities for other themes, so I'm excited that the pieces are back here. But looks great. This is actually exclusive to this set. Both the torso and the face are actually exclusive here. So I think that's really cool and important to mention, since this is from the final battle. You've even got like the necklace there. I think that's what they use to like to communicate with each other there. And you can see this hair piece, and with the braid and what it allows you to actually do. You can see how that's actually also technically able to be grabbed by a number of different things, minifigures and things like that. The tail piece, I actually, not until building the sets, realized they even had the tail pieces. This was introduced, I believe, with Looney Tunes, but it's being recolored here. Works great. It's so weird to see the 3 holes here in the back of the legs, but even the bow piece, it's fine. I think they probably could have used a new bow piece across all the different sets and different colors. But regardless, like, I got to show you the rest of him. The hair here removed. You could see the heads. I feel like regular minifigure heads would have worked better, but they're sort of Lego minifigure-esque. They've got the ears sticking out though, and the neck there, it's the same, I guess, width and length of a regular head, but there's the back torso printing that was covered up a bit of the hair. But yeah, that's this exclusive Jake. And here is Natiri, and technically this figure is also exclusive. The face is exclusive to this set. The hairpiece was introduced back in the Sanctum set, but of course was designed for the Avatar sets because you've got the spot there in the back for them to connect to the different creatures. But I really love the detail there with the leaves, and I didn't mention this before, but I love the stripes on the legs. I think that's really great. And then if I were to remove the hair here, you could see the ears sticking out and how they are conscious of that with the hair pieces. But yeah, that's what the back torso printing looks like there. And here's Sute, and it's a Great looking figure. I love the design, how you've got like even the braids on the front of the face. I even think like the facial expression there, they really captured that there. And I don't think that's something I mentioned before with the other figures. But the legs are being reused, which is fine. But the torso printing is really cool. I love just the necklace and everything going on there. He's even got like the dagger build that's shown actually on the front of the boxes. He's using the exact same piece there as Jake. But if I were to remove that there, you could see the back torso printing and just how detailed that is there. And I love how even the necklaces are carried over. Here is Moat, and I think that the figure is good. I like that we have like the long arms there in dark red. I think that's cool for the first time. But I love the face printing there and how they've got like even some of like the jewelry there on the face. I think that looks great. The torso printing very detailed, and you could see she's using the same piece here as Natiri, and removing that you could see how the back printing there carries over from the front. I feel like, I don't know why the torso isn't on a dark red torso. I feel like that would have looked better. But regardless, it's still cool to get this character. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review of the Toruk Makto and Soul Tree set. And gorgeous set. Again, wasn't looking forward to building the creature, but having built it does change my perspective a bit, as well as the figures here that you're getting. I like the fact that all of them are technically exclusive to this set. I think that's a very big appeal for me, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think of it? Are you going to be picking this up? I know the price is a bit much, but I feel like maybe potentially if these sets do go on sale, 110% recommend this just for the tree itself. Can't go wrong with that build, I promise you. Be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on all of the other 3 avatar sets that we will be looking at today on the channel. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.